What is up, guys? Anchorburger1023 here, back with another Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle. Here for you guys today, I have an OU match against JohnOrigins, who is one of my very good friends, so I suggest you check him out. His link will be in the description below. And if you guys saw it today, that Pokemosh Pit and Pokemosh Pit Beta are coming back. I will link that video in the description, and I'm just going to be like, I'm going to confirm it. Yes, it's definitely coming back. I know, because if you guys know me, I am a director on the Pokemosh Pit, and it is definitely coming out, and I think the real videos will come out either later tonight, or well, not later tonight, it's still the day, but later today or tonight, or maybe tomorrow. But Pokemosh Pit is coming back and beta, so send your videos there. I've known for about like 4 weeks now, but it's finally getting up and coming, so let's get actually into this battle. So he leads off with Celebi switching out, predicting U-turn. I do U-turn. As he brings in this fat ass Hippowdon, and now I'm just going to go for the Psychic. And he goes for the Rocks, which, you know, try to get stuff back up, knowing I'll have a spinner. Very nice. And Psychic does a really nice chunk. That's actually a lot of damage. And seeing how much that did, I'm thinking, like, wow, this thing has to be like max HP, max physical defense. And there are some specially defensive Hippos, but this is in no way a specially defensive Hippo. So here I go for Calm Mind, so he actually slacks off. And now I'm thinking that Psychic will probably do like 75%. So I think he's going to want to switch out maybe into his Scizor to take the Psychic. That's what I was predicting. So I go for the Focus Blast. It ends up hitting, which is nice as he stays in. And it does around half, which is pretty cool. But now he recommends into my T-Tar. Now I know that this is a kind of a win, like a decent situation, because I know I can go for Ice Beam. It might kill because it doesn't really have good special defense, but it might not because I don't have a bunch of attack. And if I don't kill, he can probably kill me all with an Earthquake. But I go for Ice Beam, doesn't kill, and I get the Freeze. And I'm thinking, alright, I'm going to be greedy here, you know. Thinking about it, I should just go for Ice Beam because he has the chance of breaking out of his freeze. So instead I decided to go for the risky move and go for the Stealth Rocks, really hoping he doesn't unthaw. But he doesn't thaw, and I'm able to kill him off on the next turn with an Ice Beam crit, which really does not matter. And that's going to be really cool. He brings in Terrakion now, and I'm thinking I'm going to stay in because he probably is going to predict a switch. And I want to stay in because I do have Chople Berry, so there is a chance I might be able to actually live it with the Chople. But Terrakion is just way too freaking powerful. Stab close combat is way too freaking powerful. It's still going to break through my Chople, and from almost full HP, going to kill me off, which is just showing how strong Terrakion is, and how quad resistance is really nothing to, it just makes it 2 times resistant. It's really nothing to mess around with. So here I bring in my land risk because I know I can hit hits from this thing all day, and I'm just going to go for the U-turn now because, you know, I'm not taking too much from rocks. Sand is up, so I get some Sand Force, and a Sand Force boosted U-turn did like 3% to a Jellicent. But now I can bring in my Rotom because, you know, super effective Volt Switch action, but I know Jellicents are very bulky, so I know Volt Switches really don't end up doing way too much to these things, so I'm going to have to go for it anyway after these shit tons of have-to-turn effects. But I'm going to go for the Volt Switch anyway. I know there's a very good chance he can just go right for Shadow Ball, just go right for Recover, Will-O-Wisp, Taunt maybe, something like that. But it really doesn't even do that much. It doesn't really do a respectable chunk at all. But here I bring in my Reuniclus as he does indeed go for the Recover, and now I'm thinking, maybe I can set up on this thing. If he has Shadow Ball, I know it shouldn't do too much because he probably doesn't have any special attack investment, and I am max HP, but I'm not anything specially defensive. And if I get some Calm Minds up, Recover, Calm Mind, Recover, Calm Mind, you know the kind of deal, I can end up really hurting this thing. That's basically my game plan. So I'm just going to go for a Calm Mind. If Psychic does about half, if they're left, do I have leftovers? No? And am I just Life Orb variant? I can't even remember. I've used this team 1,000 times, I don't even remember. I ain't leftovers. So after lefties doesn't do half, because with Calm Mind boost, it's not going to be doing anything. So he's going to go for another Shadow Ball here. And I'm just going to go for the Recover because I can get all my HP back. And now he's going to do roughly 25%, maybe like 25 to like 40%-ish in that kind of range. So I can just Calm Mind and just start Calm Mind, just start Calm Minding up, and maybe I'll be able to kill off his whole team, maybe get a little Reuniclus sleep going. But here, I'm going to go for the Psychic now. I think I go for Psychic, or do I go for Calm Mind? He brings in his Scizor now, predicting me to go for the Calm Mind, I'm guessing. And I do go for the Psychic, actually. And the Psychic does a decent chunk. That's a nice chunk, plus 1 Psychic. That's a pretty nice chunk. And basically, I'm predicting him to go for the U-turn. He can go for the Bullet Punch. I don't really care. But I know Scizor is a relatively decent switch into other Scizors. It could take hits all right, depending on like a regular Banded Scizor coming out on Banded Scizor can take a U-turn and Bullet Punch all right. I mean, if you have nothing else, like on my team, there's nothing else I want to take the hit, then my Scizor's the best choice. But he's got the Magnezone, and I'm thinking, shit, if this thing is is I'll substitute. This thing can fuck me up. So I go for BP, and I do so much freaking damage with that bullet punch. It's actually like not even funny how much damage that did. Then he just goes for the hidden power fire and kill me off. But that's really not a big deal at all because I have a gigantic, massive, huge threat in the form of Landorus in the sand that's physical. So a Sand Force Landorus is a gigantic threat. But now I'm just going to go for the Earthquake because I can kill off this Mag Zone, but he actually ends up bringing in his Jellicent, not his Celebi, because he wouldn't bring in Celebi because he'd probably think that a U-turn is a very good play for me to go for. Went for Earthquake, and that's just going to OHKO Jellicent straight up from where he was. And basically looking at his team, thinking about it, he's got specially defensive, he's got physically defensive Hippo, and that's got to be special defensive Jellicent because, you know, he took that hit horribly, and I know that, but the core, that's a pretty decent core. But now because Celebi, I don't want to take an HP Ice, which I'm predicting he has with the way he brought it in, knowing he can definitely take EQ, so he's got to have HP Ice, or maybe just Giga Drain me. But I'm thinking Reuniclus is my best bet on the Switch. As he ends up going for Hidden Power, which I'm going to assume to be Ice. Now he's going to U-turn on out, being that little Life Orb annoying Celebi he is, and I just end up going for the Psychic, I think, because I'm not really trying to set up on this thing because I don't really know what he can hit me with. I don't have anything to hurt him because I'm Psychic Focus Blast. I'm thinking about changing it to Shadow Ball Focus Blast just because of that amazing, fantastic coverage. But I'm just going to go for Psychic. Scissor comes in after Rocks, and taking a Psychic is not going to die because, you know, the one did so much more because it's +1. And now he can go for a U-turn and take out my Reuniclus, which isn't really a big deal at this point because now I got Switch Initiative and I have gigantic threats that can destroy his team in the form of a Landorus and basically in the form of Landorus. That's all I need. He goes in the Mag Zone now. And I just go into that big threat land. I have also a big threat in there of Garchomp too. And here I'm thinking maybe do I go into Landorus, do I go into Garchomp, Landorus Scarf? But I'm thinking Garchomp is such a better play because Garchomp can destroy this guy's team. And now he probably predicted the switches. I just going right for the Earthquake because he probably predicted the switch because I know that he has HP Fire, so maybe predicted the switch wanted to set up. But I thought Garchomp would be the much better play because Garchomp can destroy his entire team because this is a mixed Chomp with Yachi and with Sword Dance, and I have the freaking Fire Blast. He definitely did not see that coming. I know he has HP Ice, so I could have lived the hit, but he actually ends up living, but it does not make a difference at all because he goes for HP Ice. I have Yachi Berry, so it's going to end up, it does end up still doing a shit ton of damage, but it's not going to kill me off by no means. And the Fire Blaster does it so much, and 2 to his own Life Orb, he is going to die. So it's 2 to 1 right, I think it's 2 to 1 right now. But all I know is Chomp v Scizor, brings in the Scizor, Scizor dies on Hazard Switching, which really does suck, but he would have died to Rough Skin. And now he brings in his Terrakion, and he goes for the close combat, and I stay in because Landorus is more important than Garchomp, because Landorus is Scarfer, and I think this thing is either Adamant, I think it was Adamant Scarf, or maybe it was, because I think I'm Jolly Scarf Landorus, and he's Adamant Scarf Terrakion, so that makes me outspeed, or maybe he's Banded, I don't know. But now I just can bring in my Landorus as he went for close combat, and I can just go for the Earthquake stab and kill him off. And that is a very good game, JohnOrigins. Go check out John. He is one of my best friends on YouTube, and he is such a good guy. Definitely go check him out. His link will be in the description. Uploads fantastic Wi-Fi battles. Go check out PMP. Submit your videos to there. All the stuff will be in that video. Thank you guys for watching.